Hello, I am your host, Ocean. Welcome to the 6th episode of the Retranslated podcast. I am joined by Adam Mater, the director.
Yeah, close enough.
Alongside Jack. Say hello.
Hey, you said that right.
And Marcus.
Hiya. How's it going?
Alright, let's get this podcast started.
Yeah. I just find it interesting that you immediately said my username wrong, despite us working for, 6 months now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
How could you get Ademi Namanamuru's name wrong?
No. I'm going to set this right now, because no one ever knows how to say my username.
Well, it's not our fault you're named after one of Jafar's spells.
So
The monitor.
my username is Adaminator. It's Adam on a tour.
Adam
I came up with it when I was 12, and it's kind of followed me like a bad smell into like a fart in an elevator.
Nah, I had that 13-year-old realization that my username was dumb, and then I changed it, and then it was infinitely dumber.
What was your original username?
It was something like Jackster or something.
Jackster.
It was something like that, and then I was like, no, that's stupid. Jack Future.
See, now your old username is as dumb as mine, but I stuck to mine because what people don't realize is the Retranslated YouTube channel is actually my original account. It was originally Adaminator, and then rebranded because of this project. The actual link has the word Yontroy in there, which was my first attempt at trying to change my username, because I hated Adaminator.
Adaminator, gotcha. I'll make sure to say it right next time.
No problem.
Yeah, I'll say Jan Troy this time.
Don't you dare. It's just gonna confuse the branding.
Nah, just mix up your name and put an X in it, and then bam. You're like 90% of the Kingdom Hearts fandom.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys do that when you were younger? Like, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan.
Oh wait, there's actually a website to do that.
Screw a website. My name's short enough to actually do that.
I'm too much of a dumb child to do that.
The username, the name that I gave myself. If I'm in the organization, my name is Daxum, which is not clever.
Alright, so Jack, you had a topic for the podcast?
Actually, no.
Yes,
Before
I did.
Before that, I want to advertise. We've got a Discord set up. Yay!
Yay!
So for the longest time, we had like a dev setup server for getting lines in, but we thought we'd like to actually have like a fan server and people can join in and offer ideas and just chat with other people that like our dumb project. So that link is going to be in the description. It's there. Come join us. Yay!
Quick question though, should we mention the contest again?
What was the contest again?
From the mod.
Oh, yeah. So
I do remember this.
if you haven't watched the live stream that we did recently, so it was the 1-year anniversary for the Retranslated project. We decided, fuck it. If anyone can tell us the location of all 13 of my profile picture in the mod, we will get them involved in one of our videos at some point. You can either tell us all the locations on the trailer, or I'll probably set up a channel on the Discord and you can tell us there.
You can play Setzer.
And then you can get a cameo.
Yeah.
You get a cameo in one of our episodes.
I will also say that just so it doesn't confuse people, my face on the box at the start of the game does count. It does count as one of the locations. My face also appears multiple times in one of the worlds, but that only counts as one location. So as long as you tell us what object it's on, you're good. But yeah, that's basically all I had to really say. Should we get to what Jack wants to do?
Awesome. Yep. Jack's topic.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say potential worlds in Kingdom Hearts because that's always fun.
Yeah.
Now, should I do the one that we've been waiting for, or should I do Curveball?
Let's do the one we've been waiting for.
What's
first.
the one we've been waiting for?
Well, Marcus and I have talked about this before. It's a total wild card. King of the Hill.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay, we'll finally get the King of the Hill one out.
Disney
right?
owns Fox.
Disney does own
King
Fox.
of the Hill
Yeah,
aired on
I
Fox.
know.
King of the Hill, Bob's Burgers, and The Simpsons can all show up in Kingdom Hearts potentially.
We've already talked
And
about The
Family Guy.
Simpsons. Let's go. Fine. Okay,
And
we'll
Family
talk
Guy.
about King of the Hill. What is everyone's knowledge of the series? Because I'll tell you now, my knowledge is just the memes. I've never actually watched it.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I only know the
There-
memes.
There's no real story. It's just like redneck kind of people just going about their daily lives.
Am I right in saying it's basically just redneck Simpsons?
As
Yeah.
somebody who has watched the show start to finish like 12 times, there's a lot you could do with King of the Hill.
100%. Nah, like, okay, imagine this, right? We're setting the scene. Donald, Goofy, and Sora, they're on the gummy ship, Kingdom Hearts 4. Sora just got back from Quadratum. They're going strong. I don't know, something's going on with the box. They don't really care. So they go to, all of a sudden, just some suburbs. They land in the world, right? They're looking around. Sora, Donald, and Goofy are like, well, what's weird about this world? And Donald and Goofy are like, I don't know. And all of a sudden, they just see Hank and his pals just sitting at the front lawn drinking. They have to drink soda because
Of course.
you can't show beer in Kingdom Hearts.
No, you can.
Um,
You can.
oh, you can?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Didn't they
in
show
Kingdom Hearts
rum?
2
Yeah.
had Davy Jones. Not Davy Jones. Barbossa drinking wine. And that's the
Okay.
reason it's got a 12 rating.
Oh, okay.
That's
So then
literally
they're
the only
drinking.
reason that game is a 12.
They're drinking some alcohol, right? And then it cuts. Camera cuts over to them, and they're like, "Oh, who are these people?" And Sora and all the Goofy kind of come over, and they're like, "Hi, we're looking for villain name. Give me the Kingdom Hearts 4 villain.
Demix.
Name him. Demix. Demix.
Demix is now
Demix
big
is
bad.
there. He is now
Zigbar.
big bad, and he's like, he shows up out of nowhere and is like stealing the propane from Hank's like backyard like grill, and Hank's like, "Oh, what are you doing there?" And then he goes on a long lecture, and then Demix is like, "I don't care, old man," and he takes the propane and he opens a portal and jumps through, and then Sora and the Goofy are like, "That's Demix! We're going after him!" And then Hank's like, "I'm coming with you," because he wants the propane back. So they fight some Heartless. His weapon, of course, is like a flamethrower,
I was
because
thinking, like, if
propane-
you're gonna have a propane thing, it's gonna be a flamethrower, isn't it?
and he can use fire magic.
Nice.
That's already like.
It's
predetermined.
Redneck Axel. It's great.
It's Redneck
Yeah, pretty much.
Axel. They finally find Demix, and he's with Hank's son. What's his name?
Bobby.
Bobby. And he Demix is like, "Here, if you do this, everyone at school will like you." He's like, "Okay."
Okay.
Okay, Demix. And then they set up this giant, like, heartless mechanical propane, like, monster.
Oh
And,
my god.
It almost sounds reminiscent to Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, and then Demix is like, "All right, all you gotta do is just take out that one guy down there, and everyone will like you." And it, like, Bobby's kind of being mind controlled a little bit. Like he's like it's still him, but like he's kind of fogged by like.
Bobby
his
is clearly
ambition.
weak-minded. This is actually
weak-minded.
this is an actual scene from the series. At one point in time, I don't know what the hell it's called, pheromones or whatever, Bobby is actually controlled by a queen ant. And it's really weird. Like, this is an actual plot point in the series, that he's like
weak-minded.
mind controlled by the queen ant, like the way normal ant colonies are.
Yeah, so Demyx puts him in like the
That's Brian
driver's
Wright.
seat of this giant like propane heartless amalgamation, and Demyx is like, "Have a nice time, Sora," and he's like trying to basically do his whole spiel of, "Well, we're here for you, Bobby," and but Bobby's not listening. He's too engaged in his own little fantasy. So Hank is like, "Boy, I'm gonna kick your ass!" And then they jump into the cutscene. It's the whole fight. They're like, "Ching, ching, ching." They're fighting. There's flame going everywhere. Bobby says, "That's my purse. I don't know you." He does all the little like fun little quotes.
Mm-hmm.
This Hank during the fight for no reason saying, "I don't know what a JPEG is."
No, I don't know what a JPEG is.
Well,
I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. They fight for a while. He has like 2 phases or something. One where he's in the robot, and then one where you destroy it, and like he's just on his own, like just slowly approaching everyone, like kind of like Lock, Shock, and Barrel in Kingdom Hearts 1, where they're like not really a threat. They're just kind of something you have to beat up, and they knock him out. And he's like, his mind's kind of getting clear, and he's like, "What happened?" And then the dad kind of comes over and like explains everything. He's like, "Look, boy, I don't know. I know you want to be popular and everything, but this ain't the way to do it." And Sora's like, "Yeah, you got to do it your own way," or something. In like, you know, Sora, he does the whole spiel.
It's like magic bullshit.
Then Sora and all the Goofy are like, "All right, we're gonna have to go after Demyx," and Hank's like, "Wait a second, I'm coming with you," and he basically says this whole spiel of like, what's the line? "You may like your steaks, you may like your steaks well done, but friendship like yours is rare."
I hate that. I hate you. What on earth is that lie?
That's a very unique line.
And then
that's the sort of line you'd see on like a shitty Valentine's card.
Yes.
Or a Snapple bottle.
No, 100% Hank would say that. And then they chase after Demyx. They finally find him, and like Demyx explains whatever the plot is. We don't really care because we're not diving in. We don't care about the plot right now. We care about the world. And then Hank kind of has a moment where he's like, "I don't know what darkness is, but it sounds like someone's gotta kick your ass." And he does that whole thing. That's his thing before every single boss fight. He has to say that.
That tears it. I'm gonna kick your ass.
That tears it. They fight. Hank deals the final blow, and then he just kind of says, "Now go back to where you're from." He throws him in a dark portal that like he opened to escape, and like Hank's like talking to Sora, Donald, and Goofy, like, "You guys, you may not be from around here," and then but in like he gives them like a motivational thing.
He has to comment on how they're not Texans, but they're
but like he's like, "You're an honorary Texan in my eyes." And then he gives them the keychain, which is it's a little lighter.
Yak.
It's a little lighter. And then Sora attaches it as a keychain, and it's like a giant propane thing, and it increases his fire magic.
Of course.
They need to call it the Propaniac in respect to the band that Bobby started with him, Luann,
100%.
and
it's like the description's like a Keyblade using the mystic power of propane and propane accessories.
I hate this.
I can see all this except the part with Demyx, because Demyx is a good guy now. But yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, that's
let's say Demyx was playing both sides, like Vexen.
That's the only unrealistic bit about this. Demyx is a good guy.
Yeah, Demix
Ignore
is a
the
good
Maybe
guy.
Maybe
Demix is overtaken by Zigbar or something.
Oh, brainwashed by Zigbar? Sure,
I'm
yeah.
already
Yeah,
half
let's
Zigbar.
say
We've
that.
already done this before.
I'm already half Zigbar.
Fucking hell.
God.
Speaking of which, while we were talking about all of that, I came up with everyone's organization names by putting them through the generator.
Oh my god. Okay, let's go
Alright.
through this.
Wow.
So, yeah, no, mine was Daxum because it's.
Let's have everyone read their own. Ocean, read yours.
Exicon, yo.
Marcus.
Alright.
I'm not gonna lie. Though I'm into like role play and stuff like that, where I make where we make characters make our own stories and everything. At one point in time, me and all my friends kind of went through a Kingdom Hearts phase. I was already vastly into
What are you
Kingdom
talking?
Hearts,
You're
so I was
literally in
into
a
this.
Kingdom Hearts podcast.
Hey,
right
this isn't about me, but so we had all of our characters. We had the base characters, and then the antagonist created like clones of them, and essentially created the organization. All of them with mixed up names. So
Right.
my main character, because I'm uncreative, was named Marcus. And then
Amazing.
his other half was Rumosk,
Rumosk.
which is just Marcus mixed up. And then they split him off to essentially make a Vanitas-like person,
Oh, for
And
God's sake.
and he was Sukram, which is
Wait.
Marcus spelled backwards.
I want to see. Some of these, no, I'm looking through the website, and some of these are really unoriginal. Like Mark Skrux,
Mark Scrux.
Mark
It's.
Zax,
I find the.
Mark
like,
Scrux. These
us-
are literally
using,
just your name, but like an
C's
X.
and R's are quite difficult to just force an X in there.
No, my name is impossible. This is the only one that came up.
The name would be like Zamrux.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
have it
don't,
on
I
the.
don't even know how to pronounce mine.
I'm gonna have it on the screen
Kjax.
now. It's
Jax.
yeah, it's Kjax.
Kjax. Kjax.
Can we just
Kjax,
describe
Jax.
it like, oh, this is our newest film? It's it's just TV white noise. Maybe that's why we don't know the Master of Masters' real name. It's because it's just impossible to actually pronounce.
Pronounce.
It's like one of those like Cthulhu or like
Cthulhu. Yeah.
That's why it was blurred out when he was saying it's Xehanort in the past. Alright. Alright,
It's
so
like
let's
when they
move on.
forgot how to say photos.
or what if it's like punctuation? Like it's like a
They
period.
took it. Not just
It's like-
but the word. They stole it too.
Nah,
I
an
always fill the blank with
apostrophe.
penis.
An apostrophe is always pronounced as.
Alright,
Ocean,
and let's
oh,
move
dude,
on
that-
to
Are we moving
just
on,
picked-
Ocean?
No, dude,
I
come
was
on,
gonna
Jack.
say,
Guys, Jack just pitched 10% of the Kingdom Hearts dialogue to you guys.
I was
You
gonna
gonna
say,
tell
let's
me that
move
they
on
don't
to
do
the
that?
curveball planet, a world that Jack was gonna say.
Yeah, Jack mentioned a curveball. What's this curveball?
Yeah, curveball,
That was
yeah.
Oh,
King of the Hill, not the curveball.
That was not the curveball because you've all heard that. We've all talked about that.
Yeah,
At least
we all
one-
joke
one
about
point.
King of the Hill in
Yeah.
This one I did mention recently. Star Wars. That's like a basic one though.
That's not a curveball.
Oh yeah, heavily foreshadowed
That's,
from the
that's
Age
not
Four trailer.
the curveball, but the curveball I was gonna say was Princess and the Frog because I don't even know how that would work.
Dude, I would love to see a Princess and the Frog.
I
World.
Dude, Sora versus the Shadow Man.
They
mean,
could do
it does
so
write
much
itself.
cool stuff with that.
No, the way that I always pictured a world like that working is that the entire world is basically set in the swamp. But you have
Sora's a
like,
frog.
but you have like battles that appear in the city itself.
So would you play as a frog, or would you play as like
Oh,
an
absolutely,
Like an animal?
yeah. So-
Donald, we all know Donald would appear as one of the Fireflies.
I like to think that
Goofy would be an alligator.
no. So when it comes to Sora, Donald, and Goofy, they always stay similar sizes. So having a small frog, an even smaller firefly, and then giant crocodile, it wouldn't work. So I was thinking if Sora has to be a frog because it's a frog. He has to be a frog. I think a Firefly isn't a bad idea because they are fairly close to the size. So, but I would put the Firefly as Goofy, not as Donald. And then should we have a cursed Donald Snake?
Maybe.
Because you have Mama Odie has that snake, doesn't she? So
one of them has to be a Firefly.
yeah, I think just because of Ray, I would love to see Goofy as the Firefly.
Mm-hmm. And who would be the party members? I think it would just be the two frogs, the Tiana and the prince. I don't remember what his name
Or
is.
the crocodile. The trumpet.
I could only see
he's
the
too
crocodile.
big. He should be a platform or
the
something.
The crocodile
platform.
Is it Louis?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Louis.
Like, no, you
the
can't
trumpet.
rule out the crocodile being the party member because they had Marshmallow be the party member in KH3.
True.
The
No, but
marshmallow
he's
wasn't
like
that
crazy big though.
Yeah.
No,
I would
he
say
should be like a platform.
yeah,
that you
Louis
can
should
use
be
and,
like a
he's
battle
like,
arena.
He's like, you know how in Hollow Bastion when you get on
On
like the floating
Louis.
platform and you have to fight Heartless as you're moving to your location?
Yeah,
It's
no,
like that.
Yeah.
That's
They're
how
on
that's
his
how it
back.
should be. But it should be like a controllable platform. So like when you're moving around the world, you are just controlling Louis.
Like the pirate ship in Pirates.
Yeah, but when you go into a fight, that's when it goes down, and then you're fighting as the frog, and
Mhm.
that sort of thing. But when it comes to fight, I think you have to start in the swamp. So everyone's already in their animal form. Tiana and what's the name of the prince?
Naveen.
Naveen. That's it. So, Tiana and Navina are already in frog form.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We find them in the swamp. We talk to them. They join us for the fight.
I know exactly how this world's gonna end.
And then the locations that you'd have. So it'd be similar to that of not quite as open world as
Pirates.
Pirates of the
or, like-
Caribbean,
Mhm.
but there would be like one long straight that would lead to Mama Odie's building, and Mama Odie's building would be one place.
Oh, Mama Odie would 100% know Sora's from another world.
Oh, absolutely.
She'd be like, I can
could
tell where
then-
you're from.
you could
And
then
then
have-
he like shows a vision of like Kyrie or someone that he's like looking for.
Yeah. And then on the opposite side of Mama Odie's building, you could have another river that comes back that leads to the riverboat. Maybe the riverboat is parked and, they have to travel the way around that. But while on the riverboat, they head to the graveyard where the Shadow Man is. But I think we should fight Dr. Facilier in the same way that we fight Ursula in the first game.
Oh, like there's like a first stage and then a second stage.
So I think the first... No. In that we're tiny compared to the giant guy.
No, I think it should be like that. Like, there's the first phase where he's giant and you're a frog, and you have to like kind of like maneuver around to get to him, but you can jump really high
like
or
the,
something.
How about something like that where
And
that
then-
boss is huge,
And
but
then
the
after
arena...
that,
So like the Rock Titan fight in Kingdom Hearts 3, where you have to parkour up Dr. Facilier to punch him in the face.
yeah, and he's like using magic, but then after that first phase, you get turned back into a human, and then you just battle him like one-on-one.
But then
I
he's
like
got
the
the shadow
idea
powers
of
as well.
him
Yeah.
being bigger for the first fight, and the arena being similar to, I don't know if you guys remember the Magic Mirror fight from Birth by Sleep,
Yeah.
where you have to like he could have a bunch of different shadows or different versions of himself. You have to find out which is the real one.
That'd be
I
quite
would
fun.
imagine
that.
the Shadow and the Shadow Man have two different health bars, like separate
Yeah.
from each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Clayton and the
The Chameleon.
Stealth Sneak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of like Dr. Facilier, because he very clearly explains in the movie that he can't use anything that he summons. He can't use any of the magic himself. So that has to play into it. So I think that the shadows should act like an armor for him, and when you defeat the shadows, you can then attack him.
And he's like completely defenseless.
Not completely
defenseless. Kind of like Ursula in the first phase, because she does the magic, and then when you get rid of it, she's just kind of there doing little attacks.
I'm actually playing through Kingdom Hearts 3 again. I'm doing the Pro Codes achievement, and I just finished fighting against Davy Jones, and I didn't realize how weak Davy Jones actually is. So when he only has like 3 attacks, and 2 of them are the same attack just in different forms. I was thinking, if you fight against Dr. Facilier, it's a similar sort of thing. He only has like a couple of attacks. They're not very strong, but they're very basic. It's just to keep you away until the shadows regain their form.
I was thinking he could like summon Voodoo Doll Heartless or something during the battle.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, the whole thing was about, like... The whole movie itself is about, like... respecting... like... your passions and things like that, I guess. Not bending to the wills of... temptation and things like that. Which is, you know, you could force into a Kingdom Hearts narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be a really cool world for Kingdom Hearts 4. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to my topic now. So,
okay.
If any of you guys don't know, next week is the end of a 7-year journey. The last 2D mobile game for Kingdom Hearts is finally gonna be ending, which is the Dark Road finale.
Dark Road is finally ending.
Yep, so the end of a trilogy, which is Unchained Key, Union Cross, and finally Dark Road. It's finally gonna end.
God, that's a whole thing, isn't it? Oh.
Yep.
God.
But yeah, what do you guys think that the 2D mobile games for Kingdom Hearts are gonna be forever over?
I'm glad.
For now.
Well, no, the next mobile game is 3D.
But who's to say that there's not going to be more mobile games after these?
No more 2D mobile games.
Yeah, they're going into a 3D mobile game now with Missing Link.
But you know what I'm saying is 5 years from now, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
This is Nomura we're talking about.
Calling it now. 5 years' time, we're going to have a Kingdom Hearts Match 3 puzzle game in the same vein as Candy Crush. And, of course, it's going to be canon.
Yeah, 100%.
It has to be.
Maybe that's what Castle Oblivion has turned into. It's just, instead of card games, it's fucking Match 3 puzzles.
Yeah, and to anyone watching this, if you guys don't think the mobile games don't have any relevance to the story, that is completely wrong. They have a lot of crazy important lore in the mobile games.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
I mean, they clearly explain who that Scarf dude was in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, that is totally told throughout the first game. Like, people just really forgot about that character.
You know what's really sad is that some people listening to this might not even know that there are even Kingdom Hearts mobile games.
Right?
For the rest of this podcast, should we just go through the fucking mobile games? And just how insane...
No, I've never played any of them.
On that. Well, no, that's fine. You've never played them, Jack. But that's fine. We can tell you the story.
No.
Okay, so...
Yeah, some crazy stuff actually happens.
Baseline, Jack. Baseline. What do you know so far? Like,
it doesn't
no story
involve
spoilers,
Sora.
but...
I don't care.
Some of it involves...
don't you dare tell me time travel is important.
It is important.
It is important.
It's actually... Weirdly enough, there isn't actually that much time travel in Union Cross, is there? Not really.
Oh, there's a lot.
The fact that you have to mention time travel at all.
What do you mean there's a lot? I think the only bit of time travel is Maleficent, right?
No, Ventus does it. Lorium does it. Elrena does it.
No,
Everyone
that's
does
not
it.
time travel, though. They are very clearly going into a stasis pod going forward in time. That's not time travel.
I need Ant-Man here to explain this to me.
It's a pod machine that literally allows you to time travel. I think that's time travel.
I don't treat it as time travel unless you're going backwards.
Oh, okay.
That is-
that's fair.
So if you go to the far distant future and then come back,
Yeah.
that's not time travel.
Yeah, no. If you go to the far future in a stasis pod, that's not time travel. But if you then return back to your original time, that is time travel.
I mean, technically everyone's time traveling all the time.
Take first episode of Futurama when Fry goes into that pod and he freezes. He's still in that pod, just frozen for 1,000 years, and then he comes out. He's not technically time traveled. He's stayed the same age, yes, but that's because he's been a frozen stasis. I imagine that the life pods in Kingdom Hearts is like that. But yeah. Ocean, should we sort of tell these guys about what the story is?
Yeah, I mean, we could summarize it a little bit.
So we can start with back cover and Kingdom Hearts Key.
Yeah, Unchained Key.
Unchained Key.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So, from what I know, is that
Sit back and relax, Jack. We'll be here for a while.
So, from what I know, is that
I'm
Uh,
taking a nap.
there are 5 foretellers, Master and Masters, and Luxu. And Master and Masters tells the 5 foretellers, hey, set up your own groups. Here's a book that tells you everything's going to happen in the future. Go at it. And he gives everyone like a secret mission. Which then breeds the idea that one of them's a traitor. Because they're all missing pages, but the traitor actually has those pages.
Yeah, one of them is a traitor, and yeah, basically that traitor is revealed later in Union Cross. But yeah, we'll get
So anyway, everyone has their own missions. Master tells Luxu, here is my Keyblade. It has an eye in it, and that's Xehanort's Keyblade from Birth by Sleep. And he's also told, here is a box. Go out and just let this Keyblade see everything so that I can write this book. And you're like, how do you know that I'm going to do this successfully? And it's like, well, the book exists, so I know that you've already done your job well. Congratulations. And that's when he's like all happy and shit.
I think just for the sake of abridging everything for Jack and Marcus, I'll just say this: there's a huge war
Play
that
the
happens.
game. I know the story.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, for Jack, there's a huge
Yeah,
war.
I
a
know
lot of
the
people
story
die.
too. There's no reason.
There's a big fight. One of the foretellers is told to create a group that protects a bunch of people, so that when the war is over, all of these people are safe and can rebuild society, basically.
Yeah.
And they're called the
And
Dandelions.
the rebuilding process is in Union Cross.
Yeah. But like, Unchained Key is fairly simple. It's just here is everyone. Here's a small story. What's in the box? We still don't know what's in the box. It's been what 10 years now.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Ugh.
But yeah, I think if we delve any further with like Union Cross, I'm gonna explode Jack's mind.
Yeah. No, the Union Cross stuff is more insane. The Unchained Key stuff is fine. It's the Union Cross stuff is like, what the fuck? But like, there's like a lot of revelations. Like, the Dandelions are set up with new people, and one of them is Ventus, like actual Ventus. And you're like, why is Ventus back here in this time period? And there's Marluxia, but he's a human.
He's on somebody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same
Yay.
with Loxine. Loxine's also here. But like, I think it's like,
I'm going insane.
so there's 5 people that's supposed to set up the new leaders, the new foretellers, to look after the dandelions. And they find out that one of the 5 is not actually supposed to be there. It was supposed to be a girl called Strelitzia, who ends up getting killed by...
Gets brutally murdered.
Gets fucking killed. And then appears in Quadranum, apparently. She gets killed. She's supposed to be one of the guys. And then... you have the 5 set up, and you're thinking, oh my god, who's the one that killed it? It's clearly Marluxia, because he's evil in the future. Story goes on. You find out that Ventus is actually the bad guy, and he's not supposed to be there. So Ventus is the one that kills Strelitzia.
Yep,
But-
possessed by darkness.
Yeah, he was possessed by what is called a true darkness, of which...
A true piece of darkness.
a true piece of darkness, of which there are 13 of them.
Shocker.
So yeah,
13.
so there's 13 true darknesses. Story goes on. One of them is inside Ventus.
Ha!
Ha!
What? Did I miss something?
No, keep going.
What's up with no more on being inside? Never mind.
Kyrie's inside me?
Yeah, that.
Stop.
Need to stop. Yeah, one of the true darknesses is in Ventus. It may or may not be Vanitas. We don't know that yet. There's a darkness in each of the original foretellers, as well as Master of Masters and Luju. So that's 8 accounted for, and then you have another 5 that are trapped. So the world that they're in isn't the real Daybreak Town. It's a data version of it. They find this out. The player character ends up pretending to be possessed by one of the darknesses.
And he traps 4 of them in the data world.
He traps 4 of them in the data world, basically sacrificing himself to keep 4 of them trapped there. And everyone
then he dies.
Yeah. He dies, and he
But
may or may not have reincarnated into Xehanort,
yep.
which is...
And just like that, I am uninstalling the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone is Xehanort.
Yeah.
Is now reality.
Yeah.
Oops, all Norts.
I am so as a Kingdom Hearts fan, I am so tired of Xehanort that it's not even funny anymore.
I want more of
I'm
Xehanort.
tired.
You know what?
I want less of you.
I don't think we've seen Xehanort enough.
So
Good for you, Jack, because next week we're getting more.
So
Thank God we're getting a new Sora.
So I will
No,
say,
I wanna-
guys, the
Right.
whole thing with us reincarnating into Xehanort is not even the most insane thing that happens during this ending. So,
The Dream Eaters.
well, yeah, we'll get to the Dream Eaters. So,
Yeah.
I know about the Dream Eaters.
so do you know in Kingdom Hearts 1 when you go into that weird room in the end of the world and there's like those weird pods, and you're not like, what the fuck is this machine? And it's never seen again.
yes.
That machine is brought back into
No.
Union Cross,
Yep.
and it turns out it's a stasis machine. It's a cryostasis machine.
Why?
And
It can
so
time
Tell
travel.
it's a time travel machine.
You're telling me Maleficent and Ventus are just in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They explain
No,
why
no.
Maleficent is in Cage 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
They-
So
yeah.
the Cage 1 Maleficent, if
I
I'm
don't
not mistaken,
believe
is actually.
No, but
Am I not mistaken? Like Maleficent at that point is actually the last Maleficent. Like that's her latest
Cage
point
1?
in time.
in Cage 1?
In KH1, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when she dies.
But what happens is when her world ends up disappearing in the Daybreak Town era. She ends up traveling forward in time to Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
So you know when Maleficent's cloak gets dragged in by that raven in
front of the good witches,
in front of the good witches, because those good witches remember who Maleficent is, that gives Maleficent an in to travel there.
Yep.
So
Nomura!
So Maleficent's timeline is Daybreak era, Kingdom Hearts 2, whatever she's going to be doing in the future, so all of that shit, and then she goes back to she goes back to the Daybreak era, lives out her life, goes does the whole Birth by Sleep stuff, does the whole Kingdom Hearts 1 thing, and then Kingdom Hearts 1 is where she officially dies. Like, that's where she dies permanently.
And then she comes back.
So then why should we care? She already knows her plan doesn't work out.
She has to do it because fate and time and shit. No, that was the
because
thing.
they're Team Rocket.
When she goes back in time to the Daybreak Town thing, she's forced to forget everything, which was the same rules set up as for Xehanort as well.
That's... Why?
But, yeah.
So stupid.
But what ends up happening is, in each of those pods...
you see, because she went back in time, she accidentally forgot everything.
Well, no,
that is such a, like, I don't know how to do this, amnesia.
So, Jack, they actually do set
up
with Xehanort.
Sora killing her?
What?
What's up?
Doesn't she reference Sora killing her? Like in KH1 and KH2?
No.
I can swear she did.
Pete did.
Yeah, Pete.
But that's because Pete doesn't know that his
Pete
Maleficent in Birth by Sleep is a different Maleficent to when he meets him in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Pete is Pete.
Pete is Pete.
Do you wanna get into the Dream Eaters, Adam? For the audience?
We'll get into the Dream Eaters. Do you wanna explain that?
So all the Keyblade warriors that died in the war had a choice: either die permanently, or have their Chirithy reincarnate them as Dream Eaters, which means in Dream Drop Distance you are playing beside the dead souls of Keyblade warriors that died in the war.
Yeah!
Yay!
Oh, I love Kingdom Hearts.
Have fun with your dead buddies.
Yeah.
What's your favorite horror game? Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
So going back to the pod thing, there are 7 pods, am I right in saying?
I forgot how many there were, but
I think there were 7 because at the end there's the 7 people plus Marluxia, and everyone gets into a pod except not Marluxia, fucking Maleficent. So Maleficent ends up stealing one of the pods, meaning there's 6 left. Ventus, who's unconscious at this point, because of course he's unconscious, gets put into a pod, and he's sent off. Elrena, who is Larxine's original somebody, gets put into a pod, and she's sent off. Lorien, who's Marluxia's somebody, goes into a pod, sent off. And it leaves 3 pods for fucking
Ephemer and Scold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it or not, Roxas's role in Kingdom Hearts is done.
Yeah. So
if he appears in future games, it's out of obligation.
Brain ends up sacrificing himself, as far as he's aware, to let the others escape. So everyone ends up escaping back to the real world. They then get into the pods again in the real world to escape into the future because the real world Daybreak Town is being destroyed.
However, Ephemer's pod does not work.
Ephemer's pod doesn't work, and he's actually still in the pod. He's still alive. The pod protects him, but it doesn't send to the future. Brain. What happens with Brain again?
So Brain meets Luxu, and Luxu's like, "It'd be a shame if he just died here, man. how about I give you a second chance? And then he takes over his body for safekeeping, and then he returns it back when Victoria Scala is around.
What?
Victorian Scala. That's what I call it. The early version of Scala ad Caelum. That
Scala ad
Ephemer.
Caelum. Right, okay.
Yeah, the Ephemer make.
But yeah, everyone ends up going into the future. So the order of events is Ephemer ends up rebuilding Daybreak Town after the destruction into Scala ad Caelum. So he's basically the creator of Scala ad
He's the
Caelum.
first headmaster.
Yeah. Next in the timeline is Brain, when he appears and Lucia gives him back his body. And he sees that by this point, Ephemer's actually passed away. So Ephemer's dead at this point.
Yeah, sadly.
The next on the timeline is Ventus, who appears in Birth by Sleep.
In the Badlands, yeah.
Yeah, he appears in... No, he does. It's not the Badlands, is it? I thought it was Destiny Islands.
No, it's the Badlands, early version, and you see an old man Xehanort walking toward him.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
So you know the moment when Ventus has his heart ripped apart and turned into Ventus and Vanitas. That's like the first thing that happens to Ventus as soon as he wakes up.
Pretty much.
The next to
what a
appear,
nice nap.
the next to appear is theoretical, but we think it's Skuld. So there's a mention
Skuld,
of
yeah.
a Subject X.
Subject X,
in
who
Kingdom Hearts 3.
described as a dark-haired girl. Yeah.
Yeah, who ends up becoming friends with Lee and Isa.
Yes.
They end up getting banished from the castle. Shit goes down, and that's when the pods are used again to send Kyrie off to Destiny Islands.
Destiny Islands,
That
yep.
was in Melody and Memory.
Oh, jeez.
The next
That
of the
must have been
timeline.
dramatic.
The next of the timeline are Elrena and Lorien, who appear in Dwarf Woodlands and Castle of Dreams. Is it?
Yeah, and it's funny because Elrena lands where there's lightning. Supposedly, that's how she gets her lightning powers.
Yeah.
And Lorien lands on a flower bed, which supposedly gives him his petal power
Yeah, it's flower
when
power.
he's using this. Yeah, flower power.
So it's assumed that as soon as they land there, they turn into Heartless, and their nobodies are created and are found by the organization. And then the last in the timeline is Maleficent, who appears in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yep.
And that's basically everything that we know so far. Story's going to pick up from... story picks up in Dark Road.
Yeah.
Which I don't know anything about it.
Reminder, this is a kid's game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You expect kids to understand this, Nomura? You madman.
Ugh. Dark Road, you can go on about Dark Road Ocean.
No. We'll just stop here. If you guys want to know more about the sequel to Union Cross, you can go watch the Dark Road cutscenes on YouTube. Just know that next week the finale is going to happen,
Yeah.
and all the 2D mobile games are going to end.
Well, aren't we doing a reaction to that Ocean, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. 'Cause that's
But
gonna be some
we gotta
bullshit,
get
isn't it?
everyone up to. We gotta get everyone up to date with the mobile
Yeah.
game lore.
Yeah. Which is what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
I feel like
But
Jack
yeah.
and Marcus are like, I am so done with this.
Jackson's brain is
Jack's not
melted,
even here
dude.
anymore.
What is happening?
All right,
Oh.
guys. Marcus, did you have any topics for the podcast? The floor is yours.
Yeah, it's gone now.
What did you want to talk
It's
about?
gone now.
Yeah, kind of got washed away with all the lore.
No, go,
With
go.
all
What
the
did you want to
more
talk about?
crack theories. All right, Adam, did you have any topics you wanted to bring for the podcast?
No, I guess in editing I'll start the music now for the ending because we are getting close to the hour mark.
Okay.
I guess I'll just I guess I'll just remind people that we have the Discord. Discord link in the...
Oh, the mod is still going strong.
Yes,
Go
the mod's
download
going
that.
well.
Yes.
And I should tell you what, I'll actually use this as a way to thank. So, I'd like to thank Keyblade Brett, who very kindly streamed the game
And
just
he
recently.
loved it, and I'm glad.
Yeah, he loved it. He loved the series, thought it was hilarious, and he, thanks to him streaming it, we figured out a lot of the issues with the initial build.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
And
like
Jack was able
all
to
of them
fix
should
that.
be fixed
So-
that he found.
So thank you to Keyblade Brett for doing that. I'm actually going to put a link to his Twitch in the description as well. He's also sent it off to a speedrunner called Violin, who is, as we speak, he's trying to reclaim his title of Kingdom Hearts 1 Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix beginner
mode.
speedrun.
Yeah, world record.
Yeah. So he's getting
He held
close to
it.
that. So
Nice.
he's looking to stream the mod as well sometime. Sometime actually when Dark Road comes
What if he
out.
what
which
if
is
he
funny.
broke the world record while playing my mod and then just like he couldn't submit it because it was a mod?
That would be funny,
Aw.
but I don't think
No.
that's not
No,
really the
because
point.
he'll
of the
probably
mod,
watch
is
the
it?
cutscene, so there's
Yeah.
probably no chance of that happening.
Yeah. There's no real way. Plus, he has to go
That'll
to
probably
Atlantica.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had to say on that.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining the Retranslated podcast. I hope you had a great time with all the crazy lore and stuff. But yeah, we will see you next time.
Oh,
Bye bye.
actually, no, what?
Oh.
So before we
didn't
go,
even
we
name the
Wait,
episode.
need to think of a title.
Wait.
We need to
Oh,
think
yeah.
of a title.
Title.
All right, now it's
Slow
time. I'm
down.
so glad that Adam started talking about that because now I can pitch my title.
Go on. What's your title?
Yes, go ahead.
Notice me, Papa Violin.
No, we're not. No, no, we are our own thing. We're
Yeah,
not.
how about Notice me, Violin Senpai? Well, then
no,
there we
I
go.
veto anything with violin in the title. We do not
Why?
want to sound so cringy.
Well, we are. Have you not watched a series?
Jack, didn't you have an
okay.
idea?
No.
You said you had an idea at the beginning.
See, he had an idea, but now it's
Okay,
gone
wait,
because
wait,
I didn't
now-
pitch
now-
much
now,
prior.
wait. I have to implement that you talked about Dark Road for so long.
Dark times ahead.
No, we didn't talk about Dark Road at all.
Bobby.
King of Daybreak
No.
Town.
We only
King
talked
of
about
Daybreak.
yeah.
No, wait.
That's my darkness. I don't know
Kingdom
you.
of the Hearts.
King of the Hearts.
King of the Hearts. Okay.
Kingdom of the Hill.
Kingdom Hill.
Kingdom of the Hill.
That or Bye Bye Mobile Games.
I think
Bye-bye
Kingdom of
mobile-
the I think
mob-
Kingdom of the Hill
Bye-bye
is what we're
mobile
gonna go for.
games. Kingdom Hills.
I'll stick to Kingdom of the Hill. That's it. Goodbye,
Kingdom
people.
of the Hill. Alright, see ya.
All right. Catch you guys later.
Wooey.